Link on the wall, man. Link on the wall if anybody want to bow. Well, I got some content after this live. I swear I got some good content after this live. A few good videos after this live. I'm just fucking around right now, wasting time. Monstrously huge, perfectly symmetrical faces. Right. Their temples are insanely intricate. They were incredibly advanced. Incredibly advanced. With math, with science, with technology, certainly with geometry. 20-ton gigantic stone blocks that were taken from a mountain 500 miles away. No one has any idea how the fuck they got those. No guess. Right. There's some guesses about, oh, maybe the river system was different back then. Whatever. How are you getting that 50-ton chunk of granite out of a fucking mountain and moving it down, even with modern equipment? How are you getting it over the mountain? There is a hidden history in Egypt that we were not allowed to know, and it all has to do with the brain. All of their imagery was symbolic, and they were trying to explain how to use your brain and develop consciousness so that their society thrived. Now, for example, this is the brainstem, and it represented the god Osiris. And if you look very closely, these similarities are way too accurate to dismiss. And this is all throughout the country, and these things are written in stone. It's very hard to change what's written in stone. And now that we have advanced anatomy images and the ability to create these impressive graphics, which is from Magical Egypt, if you haven't checked it out, you should definitely go look at it. But their goal was to create a prosperous society, and they knew that if they taught people how to use their brains correctly and develop as conscious people, then their society would thrive. So their way of educating was through images. For example, the snake represents the unity of the two hemispheres of the brain and the emergence of a conscious being. That's why the kings and queens had it. They have lied to us about ancient Egyptian history and religion, and I'm about to tell you now. So as you can see, they say ancient Egypt was 5,000 years ago. Why does this matter? So the reason why they tell us. Yo, we back again with another breakdown. And listen, when I tell you this beat thing is a new level, I mean, we not talking about memes no more. We talking about paperwork getting posted online. So we got to talk about King Harris, the son of T.I. and Tiny Harris, going at none other than the pettiest king of Instagram himself, 50 Cent. And King said, oh, you want to troll my moms? Bet, let's get serious. So if you've been living under a rock, 50 been clowning T.I. for a minute. It started with verses talk, then slick comments, then it escalated when 50 posted an unflattering picture of Tiny with some disrespectful caption energy. Now, we all know 50's brand is trolling. He trolls everybody. But this time, he trolls somebody's mama. And that's when King Harris stepped in like, nah, I'm not letting it slide. King took the Instagram, multiple posts, multiple slides, and he wasn't just talking spicy. He was calling 50 out direct, saying he's standing on business, saying don't play with his family. Straight like that. Your son don't love you. You don't got no family. You not loved. You rich, but you not loved. Money means nothing without no one to spend it with. Right. Your son don't love you. Right. And, but talk about my mama, I that bitch ass just because he share the same blood as you. I don't give, because man, at the end of the day, I don't play by my mama. At the end of I don't play by my mama, I don't play by my grandma, I don't play by neither one of my cousins. Not one of them. Not one of them. That's on my soul. I don't give how y'all think living. I don't give how y'all think raised. I don't give y'all think what this, that. I don't play by it. I don't play by it. That's just how I'm raised. I'm just how I'm raised. I wasn't raised by y'all father, but my dad's TIP. That's how I'm raised.
Nigga say that's how I raised. Get on the internet and do all this shit just for the person. He say that's how I raised. I pulled up on you before this. And I already pulled up on you. Got a video call of you apologizing, saying, "No, I didn't mean it like this. No, I didn't mean it like this." Like you got facts to say that you. We got videos to say that you're backing down. You're not standing on. Pulled up on you in person.
But then he dropped what he claimed was paperwork tied to 50 Cent, and that's when the timeline exploded. King posted a screenshot of what alleged to be a report of investigation from the U.S. Department of Justice Drug Enforcement Administration. It said on or about October 9, 2009, Sergeant Brian Smith received an anonymous call from a phone number. The caller stated that we should investigate James Roseman, aka Jimmy Hinchman, in regards to the Lyle Fletcher Lodi Mack homicide. After further investigation, it was discovered that the phone used to place the anonymous tip was connected to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. On October 12, 2009, Sergeant Brian Smith and David Torres arrived at the home of Jackson, located at Arlington, Connecticut. Jackson confirmed that he was the person who placed the anonymous call and that he was in fear for his life following the death of Lodi Mack. When asked what he believed the motive for Hinchman to murder Lodi, he stated that he believed Lodi was killed for assault on Hinchman's 14-year-old son. Lodi and various band members from the G Unit group have participated in it. Jackson stated that he would cooperate with the investigation and will be willing to provide any information he may have in connection to shootings involving Jimmy Hinchman. Jackson disclosed that he was shot in the past, and the person who attempted to kill him had been hired by Herb Gotti and Kenneth McGriff, aka Supreme, further asserting the fear for his life. Oh my God!
So, boy, hey, this some paperwork, boy. Hey, nigga, salute. Boy, this some paperwork that nobody could get. Now, how the hell did it lay on his desk like that? I don't even fucking know, fool. See, that's kind of why 50 Cent was so cocky, because it's people that said this shit years ago. Years ago. A lot of people don't even know that. Like, the reason why 50 and them hate Herb Gotti. The reason why 50 Cent hate Herb Gotti so much is because Kenneth McGriff, which is Supreme, which was a big time drug dealer in New York, Herb Gotti big brother, he was a big time drug dealer in New York, and him and Supreme was homeboys. So, they know each other from the streets. 50 Cent know them folks from the streets. So, if allegedly they try to say that Supreme is the one that put the hit out on them. That's what they saying, you know. But a lot of people saying that Supreme could be 50 Cent daddy too. That's crazy, right? What if Supreme really was 50 Cent daddy and his own daddy tried to put a hit out on him? But that shit sink in.
To the caption, I got 21 questions, but just answer this one. So who was Lodi Mack? Y'all know? Wherever he was, after he died, that's when Freaky Cent started to fear for his life. And well, it's up there. Is this who called my pops a rat with no black and white? Well, here's yours, sir. And
Salute, Marlena.
Oh my gosh, King on all the smoke. Now let me say this clearly. Right. King posted document that he claims are official paperwork connected to a whole federal situation involving 50 Cent. He reposted it, doubled down, and the blog picked it up immediately. World Star Trap pages, everybody. The implications that 50 cooperated in the past. Now, in hip-hop culture, calling somebody a snitch is not a light accusation. That's not you ugly. That's not your album flop. That's serious. But here's where it gets interesting. Those documents, they've been floating around for years. This is not new paperwork. This is not a fresh leak from 2026. These same alleged documents have been debated online before, and there's never been verified proof confirming them as legitimate federal paperwork. So King bringing them back up is basically saying, I don't care if it's old, I'm putting it back in the spotlight. And strategically, that's a move. So now, when these documents came out, everybody started tagging 50 Cent, which forced 50 Cent to respond. 50 Cent posted a picture of him bossed up on his Instagram page and wrote the caption, "To entertain is to provoke emotions. Love me or hate me, it's cool. Just care enough to feel some kind of way." Tomorrow's gonna be a slow news day, or y'all can just make some up. I'm busy. LOL. And when you posted that, everybody started spamming his comments and just saying, "You 9-1. How you lose? You lose some, you win some." They saying, "Where's all that energy?" It even forced 50 Cent to comment, "Look at all the bots on my page now." He's saying that all the spam comments is bots. But you know 50 Cent ain't gonna go out with a fight. Right after he posted that page, he said, "Psych," and posted a picture of Tiny looking rough and wrote the caption, "Okay, I changed my mind." And when he posted that, the internet exploded. Now let's break this down objectively. 50 trolls for a sport. He built an empire of being petty and strategic. But when you bring family in it, especially minds, that changes the tone. King responded emotionally, understanding. But posting alleged paperwork, that escalates from trolling to reputation warfare. Because once you throw that snitch word out in the air, fans start Googling, blogs start digging, ops start talking. It's not just jokes anymore. And let's not forget, this is really an extension of T.I. versus 50.
Nah, that's
T.I.
it. Nah, that's AI. Nah, that's AI.
Shots trying to bait 50
Let me quit
music
playing.
competition. 50 doesn't really respond with music, he responds.
Yeah, but I'm saying 50, you a rapper, bro. This what I don't like about niggas these days. You supposed to be good at rapping. Then why not rap your way out of this? You know, like Drake and Kendrick. That's because you don't want to look stupid. You don't want that. You know you don't want none of that shit. And that's what's crazy is because battle rap comes from New York. This nigga 50 Cent scared to battle this nigga. Cause that nigga T.I. already just smoked that nigga 2 times already. 2 times. He smoked you 2 times. You know your ass better go write another script for a movie and don't go in that booth. Don't go in that booth, boy. Hey, playing with niggas' wives and shit, nigga. It be buttons you can push that make niggas y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot that guy would wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather, nigga behind Tiny, nigga. Yeah, nigga, that nigga caught that nigga out of the club, told that nigga, man, I need to look at you. Playing with his wife, dog. That's his wife, boo. Like, that's not his girlfriend. That's not an Instagram model, hooker. My nigga, you better stop playing, boy. You better find you a wife. 50 Cent, quit playing on other people's wives, bro. You know? And them people is rich as hell. I think you barked up the right tree. See, normally you pick on people that's lesser than you, got lesser money than you and shit. But what T.I. was saying is, nigga, you really don't even got no money, nigga. You playing with them white folks' money. You a good script writer. Movie money is way better than rap money. Once they tell you to write this and you write it or you agree, you get paid instantly. Instantly. Instantly, nigga.
With Instagram. So now the sun's stepping in. This adds a whole generational layer to it. It's like OG troll versus OG rapper. Then the sun jumps in. Now paperwork getting posted. This is reality TV level.
50,
Here's my take. King defending his mom, respect. But once you enter paperwork territory, you gotta be 1,000% sure what you posting is.
Man, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. What he gonna do? Come shoot up my house or something? Man, that nigga is corporate, nigga. Ain't nothing gangster about that nigga no more ever. That nigga probably don't even know a nigga that don't know a street character that owns a gun now. That nigga 50 don't do shit but mingle with them white people, bro.
Legit. Because if it's recycled, debunked, or unverified, it can backfire. And with someone like 50 Cent, he's gonna weaponize that. This can either A, fade out in a week, B, turn into diss tracks from 50, and C, get even more messy, more receipts. Knowing the industry, I'm leaning C. The comments is split. Some people saying King standing on business, others saying Young is doing too much.
Yeah, don't get scared, nigga. Quit playing with my mama, nigga. I don't think it's no limit. Man, it is no limit when it comes to your mother, man. Quit playing with my mama, bro. No limits when it come to you playing with my mother, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say, nigga. I'll come to your house and smoke you, fool. Seriously, nigga. with this high ass look on my face, yes, I will. I really will. That'll be a trigger. That'll make me, well, nigga, I see black on one of you hoe ass niggas, bro. Nah, for real. That's why I don't play with yours. I don't want to play with your mama. Oh yeah, I talk about her, but I don't want to play with her physically. I don't even want to know who she is. When I say yeah, when I'm talking about your mama, I don't talk about the hoe like I know the hoe. I'm just talking in general. Shit. These niggas want to try to call your house, your mama house, and all that old hoe ass shit. Go to playing. Tell you, go ahead and play. But you ain't gonna even get through anyway, cause my mama, she screen calls anyway. My mama old fool. My nigga, she'll let that bitch ring, screen it, then see the number, then call it back. So, and then she got this thing on her phone where it tell you to hold on to see if she want to answer it. So shit, that's over with. Playing on my mama phone, playing on my mama house. Then my mama husband a motherfucking cop. You gonna get smoked playing the fuck around.
I just need y'all.
Mm. The fuck? This bitch battery must be low.
Oh my God, you guys come in and sit down and shut the door. Diddy is slated to testify in the Tupac trial. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Keefe D is literally out here fighting for his life. Literally. He's going on trial for the murking of Tupac Shakur. And he said, baby, if I'm going down, we all going down. And he is literally doing his best to get Diddy to testify. You guys, this is being reported in the New York Post. I kid you not. Now, we're about to get into this. New York Post is Sean Diddy Combs can be dragged back into the spotlight as bombshell witness in Tupac Shakur murking trial. Now, let me just say this, right? Um, it's okay. No disrespect to Mr. D.
That's
Or
crazy.
Diddy, as we like to call him.
That's crazy.
Why would anyone call the person that they think is the devil incarnate? Diddy's reputation is crap. Diddy's reputation is ish. What unless you wanna put him on trial for, I don't know, starting a burqa line and Tim's that you can stand around in booty butt, but why would you call Diddy to try? I'm jazzed. Anyway, let's get into this because I do have
That's crazy.
green light, and he offered, I don't know, some big sum of money back then. Let's just say it was $1 million for anybody that can do it. You or your brother, someone in that confession, you said did it, and you were upset because the money didn't go to you. It went to Eric Von Zip, right? Who, by the way, that's a whole story too. I'm not going to get into that right now. But the whole point of the matter is, how can you say the multiple confessions you did, maybe all of them in a book were for fame and fortune, but nobody knew that you were talking and that you told them to hit play on the recorder and gave an actual legal confession. And you did it when you were of sound mind and age. So I'm very confused as that, but I'm not your criminal defense attorney, so who knows? Literally, so you're gonna get Diddy up there to be like, yeah, it was all a lie. I never said I was gonna pay him. And what? You never sent money to Eric Von Zip? Because people are claiming there is evidence that money was sent. Let's also not forget, right? Let's also not forget Kurt Burrows, who is suing your mama right now. I do believe. Let's also not forget Kurt Burrows said that you demanded, I think that 3 rental cars in Bad Boys Navy driven from New York all the way to Vegas, even though nobody was Even though nobody applied and nobody wanted to think, 3 rental cars were driven over and they were all registered in Bad Boy Entertainment, or at least those are the people that rented. Somewhere with the Bad Boy thing, it was rented, okay? From my understanding, Kurt Burrows says, at least in the documentary, that he has proof of this, right? Or he says he was a numbers guy, right? He had proof for everything. So let's also not forget that people from that night said that the car, that the Bang Bang was in the glove compartment, and the car that the Bang Bang was committed in was rented somehow through Bad Boy Incorporated, or it was paid for something or other. And they placed KPD in them at the scene because somebody was sitting in the car. I want to say it was Eric Fonte, but it was something. No, it was Dad's or Corrupt. I know I'm getting the story wrong. But one of the big rappers back then was sitting in a car, and Foxy Brown was in the passenger seat, and they had her get out, right? So the other guy could get in, they could talk, they could get the whatever, and then the firearm was like, listen, Bad Boy's name is all up and down there as a staff, as a crew, and an MFM record label. That's all you need to know. But Google the rest to get the details. The point of the matter is, what? And you're going to put Diddy on the stand, and we're going to believe Diddy's word?
Kilos, fuck Charleston White.
The masked bandit?
Charleston White a bitch.
Anyway, right?
I know I look better than Charleston White. I know I dress better than Charleston White. That nigga don't even got. Hey, Charleston White couldn't get a wave in his head if his life depended on it. His life depended on it, nigga. Charleston White ain't never had a job a day in his life. Ever. He can't be the same.
For this scalpel pot.
Can't be.
Thank you. I should have read ahead. I'm reading this real time. Okay, so my memory was correct. He also gave Los Angeles police officers a lengthy interview confessing to overseeing Tupac's shooting murder close to the Las Vegas Strip as a retaliation for his nephew, Orlando Anderson, being beaten by Pac, Suge Knight, and other LA notorious blood gangsters. On that tape, KPD alleged that Diddy had promised him a huge payday for murking Tupac and even tried to chase for the money a couple of years afterwards. The key recording has the defense lawyers of Davis, known in the streets as KPD, eyeing up the New York music mogul and wrecking prosecutors' arguments.
Man, Charleston White bitch ass rich. He ain't rich, but he got some paper. Man, I used to argue back and forth with Charleston White before Charleston White was Charleston White.
Tupac's death will weaken the prosecutor's case. The narrative will support Padula's key argument that Keefe has spent the last 16 years lying about his role in the death of Tupac for fame and fortune, especially after he believed police officers gave him an immunity deal. Currently, they know Diddy's in jail, probably orchestrating freak offs between the rats and roaches. Well, I think in connect.
This bitch say Diddy is in jail, orchestrating freak offs with the rats and the roaches. God damn it.
Okay, there are no rats and roaches, but whatever. And tort dicks. Last night, a family friend of KPD confirmed.
I do not like that lady makeup.
If Diddy's a witness or makes a statement denying what he told cops, then that helps him hugely. They said another factor is that this case will be a jury trial, and there is a suspicion that celebrities are often seen preferentially. So Diddy backed up his story would help immensely. And look at this moment. Dwayne has got nothing to lose by getting Diddy to help him. There's no way Diddy is going to say, "Oh yes, I did order Tupac's death." KPD's lawyer confirmed exclusively that Diddy is on their witness list. Asked about Diddy taking the stand, he said, as things stand in the moment, Combs could be a credible witness for this defense. We want him to give evidence because we would anticipate, like in the past, he's denied any involvement in Tupac case. There's no logical or practical reasons to believe that he would say anything different. That would be considered a point in favor of the defense. And there are no circumstances under which Combs would say, I did do that. Of course he's going to deny it, because otherwise he'd be charged with
what y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to get him to...
He also know that Diddy's long-term stance and never happened.
You think Diddy gonna do that?
Water could get KPD off. Listen, Now, they said prosecutors charged him with the murder after boasting to LAPD, Vegas cops, and many media interviews, and in his memoir that he oversaw.
Hey, they did. Prosecutors. You think Diddy gonna go in there for keep it deep and say, "Yeah, I would"? Man, nigga, that nigga just won. Man, and man, they people saying that how he gonna get Keepy D? The only way he can get Keepy D out is, well, if he don't say nothing, he could go. He could walk though. But damn, they saying Keepy D said he said it in them books and shit, in them interviews and shit. So, bro, when it's the FBI, boy, they ain't playing about them interviews and shit that you say on the internet and shit, dog. Y'all see Big U, Blue Dirt, all that shit, dog. Mo3, like all that shit that like them people who allegedly supposed to have done the crime to them people, man, they is in trouble behind lyrics and shit, dog. That shit could be fake.
The Keefe must be found guilty for over a decade of confessions. They say Keefe invented his entire criminal link to Tupac simply to gain notoriety, fame, and fortune. They said his memoir, Compton Street Legend, entered as key evidence in the trial, referenced an allegation that Diddy offered him cash to take out Suge Knight and Tupac without any evidence. The prosecution entered a police interview tape where he described how Diddy allegedly promised a $1 million payoff to Pac to kill. He told two police investigations in the past that Diddy offered him a fortune for Tupac's scalp during a meeting in an LA restaurant. But Diddy taking a stand to deny that will bolster his case. Listen, keep me the game slick. Listen to what else his lawyer had to say. He said his lawyer said, what I do think it shows is in a circumstance where it shows that even the state doesn't believe certain statements that are in Compton Street Legend. Because if they did, then maybe they would call him as a witness.
Why she gotta make the voices like that? I thought she gotta make the voices like that.
So their defense is because the prosecution isn't calling Diddy, that means Keefe D is innocent of the murking. One, you don't know who's on the prosecutor's list, darling. Two. If you call them as your witness, then that would be, well, they could treat him as a hostile witness, but still, I get their point. Also, that's what I don't understand. If Diddy did pay him, right? And Diddy did pay him, but Diddy wanted him. They're hoping Diddy gets on the stand and Diddy says, "Yo, I didn't do it." No, yo, I didn't do it. First of all,
he ain't gonna say
it's going to be through jail, and he's going to be testifying in an orange jumpsuit or gray, whatever they wear, sport dicks. Who the hell is believing the booty bandit? Like, let's be real, the rap mogul, right? Second of all, just because Diddy didn't offer you pay, you also said you did it as retaliation. Third of all, nobody's talking about the book. They're talking about the officers. Like, those confessions were off the record. You never thought anybody was going to hear it. You thought you were figuring Diddy in all this. Excuse the pun, because, Diddy would have liked it, right? Excuse the pun. But you thought you were pointing the finger at Diddy. So, but also, what is Diddy getting on the stand going to do? Because why would Diddy admit to it? Why? Why would he admit to it? Now, you know what I think what might be going on? I think Keith D's lawyer might be like, yo, let's throw Diddy in the mix and see what happens. See, here's the thing. If there's truth to it, they really could be like, yo, throw him in the mix. Throw him in the mix, see what he says, put him on the stand. Because maybe he'll slip up. And we can use that defense, how they're like, I do it. Who did it? Well, there are many people that testified. So basically, you know what Tory Lanez tried to do with Kelsey and Meg, the way he was like, I didn't shoot. And it was like, then who shot? Could have been someone else, Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? So you're like literally saying, I'm innocent.
Bro, he didn't do it. He didn't want to tell on the girl, Doc. He didn't want to tell on the girl because he liked her, bro. He didn't shoot that girl, man. That girl shot that girl, man. And he liked her, bro. He fucked both of them. He fucked both of them, bro. They best friends. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My nigga, they drunk like 5 bottles of Hennessy, nigga, that night. Nigga, y'all wouldn't remember who was going and who was coming, my nigga. My nigga, how the fuck can you shoot a gun with no motherfucking no gun residue on your hand? It's no way possible in hell, dog. Except if you wear gloves. But even then, they can still take your clothes. Bro, like, no, dog, y'all tested that, man. How the fuck can you shoot somebody or shoot a gun and there's no residue? Bro, that's not possible, dog. It's not possible. Y'all tested this, man. Y'all did not test neither one of these bitches. And that's what's cold about the game, dog. You did not test neither one of these bitches, nigga. This nigga did not have no gunpowder. He did not want to tell on that hoe because he liked it her, dog. And this is why Megan was more mad. I'm just starved. How the fuck do he like my friend more than me? Nigga, that's why she was mad, nigga. Nigga, you know this nigga, every nigga she fuck with don't want, they'll fuck her and then leave her alone. Moneybag Yo, talk about a coochie steak and all that shit, bro. A lot of these hoes be bad but trash, bro. Nigga see your friend and be like, damn, I fucked up. Fuck that superstar shit. I want that regular degular. You know, thanks, Anthony. You know what I'm saying? I want that regular degular, nigga. Nigga, that nigga did not cheat about there is no way, bro. And he wouldn't tell because he's a street person also, bro. I can't sit on that stand and tell and then go back to rapping about being from the ghetto and shit that he rap about. That is not gonna happen. Now, I know he do a lot of singing, but that nigga come from the depths of over there where Drake them from. The depths, nigga, the jungles, nigga, over there, nigga. So it just ain't in me. I can't tell on the bitch either. Man, I wouldn't have got on that stand and told on that hoe, man, that hoe, bro, that's all he had to say, bro. But at the same time, he's a felon. They ain't gonna believe you. I mean, yo, you could say that shit, but that don't mean they want somebody else to say it. That's what they want. I couldn't, my nigga, I couldn't motherfucking I couldn't, my nigga, you can't shoot nobody. And this is the heat of the moment thing. So I don't want to hear no gloves. My nigga, this is the heat of the moment. This ain't no, oh, I'm playing some shit. I'm going to get the gloves, then get the heater, load this bitch up. Nah, that's not how that shit went, dog. I think they was drunk. That bitch grabbed, listen, this how I knew the hoe was lying. When the hoe said that the nigga shot the gun and told them to dance, bitch, dance. Nobody else said that but her. Nobody else said that but her. Not even Kelsey said that, nigga. Nobody else, not the security guard. Nobody else said that that nigga shot. Not the witnesses that wasn't even, that was just outside looking, the onlookers. They ain't hear that, bro. That bitch was just making up some shit, bro. And got that boy locked up for nothing, dog, because he chose to fuck with her homegirl, dog. That's what it was, nigga. He fucked on both of them, nigga. Look it up, nigga. He liked it her more though. Nigga, he didn't like Megan like that, nigga. And you know how women will do? Oh yeah, you think you slick, nigga. I don't think she knew. I think this is when she figured out that he was fucking with her sometimes. Where if I'm not mistaken, I think that she wanted to leave. Megan, I'm talking about Megan. Megan wanted to leave because her hair had got wet or something. And the girl and her friend, her friend didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay. Ding! That's when the red flags went up on that hoe, man. That's when the red flag went up. Oh, oh, you want to stay? Oh, y'all playing with me, my nigga. She she got away with that shit. But notice that she ain't never been a star again, man. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Jay Z helped your ass, bro. He helped you. But he helped you. He helped you, dog. He helped you get through this shit, but you ain't sold another record since. Tell you, nigga. You ain't sold another record since, honey. You know? It's tough, nigga. God don't like ugly man. Nigga didn't do that shit, man. That nigga just did not want to tell on that girl. I ain't no snitch. I'm not gonna take it. If I ain't never took the stand, period, why I'm gonna take the stand now because it's a female, just tell on her. Nah, nigga, fuck that. I ain't gonna tell on her. Nigga, for what? And I like her too. Nigga, shit. What you mean? Why would I tell on her and I like her? They talking about because he was apologizing on the phone. Nigga, y'all was fucked up. Nigga, y'all drunk 4, 5 bottles of Hennessy, the big bottles. If y'all drunk all that liquor, just y'all three, y'all was super duper fucked up, bro. There is no way that y'all drunk. I think they said 4 bottles. Four big bottles of hen. I say, man, y'all was dusted out. That's why y'all don't know what happened. Well, man, that shit crazy, bro. That man went to jail. Y'all couldn't even prove. Everybody thought that man was finna walk, bro. And y'all said, yeah. I'm like, what? Man, nigga Toy Dang Daddy was hot. Bro, I'm like, bro, y'all don't even have no evidence, bro. And y'all still torch that nigga guilty because of Jay-Z and that Illuminati ass bullshit, dog. I'm telling y'all, dog. That nigga got pulled in the court systems, pulled in all type of systems. You see, he got Meek Mills out of trouble. He got 21 Savage out of trouble. That nigga, that all that shit was done because of Jay-Z, nigga. These niggas with them court systems with that money, dog, Illuminati. Well, let's see Jay-Z if you can get yourself out of this trouble that you in right now with your money, man. I don't think this gonna help you. I don't think it's gonna help you, man. For real. Because that nigga that your name coming up too many times and too many different things, bro. You know they talking to your dog ass. But somebody you don't hear
Something is happening right now that we warned everybody was going to take place. And that is Donald Trump and his minions were going to do all they could to steal the election. For the last 6 years, all Donald Trump has done is complained about the 2020 election, saying that it was stolen. Now, keep in mind, other Republicans ran and won. Democrats ran.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. I try. I try to stay fresh, man. You know, I try to when I turn this goddamn camera on. At least look like I got some money when I'm broke.
Some 17 individuals who are now coming forward to claim that China interfered in the 2020 election. So as a result, Donald Trump should receive emergency powers to increase executive oversight of the 2026 midterm elections. They literally are saying that Trump could use the National Emergencies Act to intervene in state-led voting procedures. They argue these drastic measures are necessary to ensure what they call election integrity. Constitutional experts warn that such an action would face immediate and serious challenges in the federal court system. But these folks, they do not care. They are scared to death. Donald Trump said to Republicans last month that you guys got to hold onto the House. If you don't, they're going to impeach me for a third time. He is scared to death of being impeached. Well, if you didn't do anything wrong, why are you scared to get impeached?
What you scared
Because you know
from?
you've done some corrupt things since you've been in power. And so that's what we have going on here. My panel, Dr. Greg Carter, Department of Afro-American Studies,
That nigga.
Howard University out of Washington, D.C. Reese Colbert, host of Reese Colbert Show on Sirius XM Radio out of Washington, D.C. as well. Glad to have both of you here. Greg, listen, you went to law school, you understand the law, and these folks are down and dirty. They're nasty.
I told y'all, dog.
And what they are trying to
When that
do,
nigga Trump,
this action right here,
When that nigga Trump, he not gonna leave the presidency, bro. I'm telling y'all, dog. When it's gonna be time for him to step down, bro, I got a funny feeling he not gonna leave, bro. He not gonna leave because he gonna say that we cheated him on this first round. That's what he gonna say, bro. Y'all cheated me. I ain't leaving. I got more money than all y'all. I ain't leaving. Watch. That's what I tell y'all. Watch. And y'all gonna bust out laughing. Y'all gonna be like, man, that old nigga self-made, man, this is little nigga, man, self-made was wearing a little sweatsuit one day. I remember he was pressed to death, bro. He said this. He said that, man, that nigga said that Trump ain't gonna leave when it's his time to leave. Out the White House, he not gonna leave. He keeps stressing that y'all cheating. That nigga going and that nigga snatched the vote from Georgia. You know what they said that they, bro, boxes that's been put up since 2 elections ago, bro. I'm talking about boxes of ballots that's been put up 2 elections ago. Bro, what you think they finna do with that shit, nigga? Talking about they gonna recount it. I bet you is. You know what they gonna do? You know what they gonna do. You know what they gonna do. Nigga, how the fuck is this shit going on right before our eyes? But we steady talking about hip hop and shit. This motherfucker just went in there stole I forget how many boxes it was. A whole bunch of boxes of ballots from Georgia. Just took them hoes. Talking about we gonna recount them. Bro, this is 2 motherfucking elections ago, bro. What are you doing? You trying to figure out a way to cause some type of disruption to where he don't have to leave. Ooh, keep trying to tell y'all now. Y'all don't want to listen to me, fool. I seen this shit from a mile away. I said, bro, the way that nigga moving, bro, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. That nigga ain't going nowhere, fool. Y'all think he going somewhere. Watch this. About how can they steal the midterms? He's scared to lose the House and lose the Senate because then he then can't pass anything if Democrats control one or both of those chambers. If Democrats control the Senate, they can determine his nominee is getting approved. They determine if there's even going to be hearings for federal judges and Supreme Court judges. And so to have 17 of his supporters now floating the possibility of taking over the election, it shows you how desperate and corrupt these people are. That's corrupt, bro.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Bro, these people are corrupt, bro.
I like
this is the government.
Ilhan Omar.
They playing in our face right now.
Referring to him as President Majnun, an Arabic word meaning evil, mad, or fanatic. But as you say, I'm looking at the Democracy Now! Report that just dropped a few minutes ago, and he's got all these election deniers in place. It's got Peter Tickman, who was the attorney for Tina Peters, who we remember, of course, in Colorado, who was trying to throw out the vote, and she's serving a 9-year sentence. He's the one saying, they're going to try to evoke, as you said, the National Emergencies Act and the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Russell voted somewhere around in this.
That nigga using laws that nobody ever even used before to try.
I'll tell you why they're going to fail, because even though you've got the complete people in the bag for him, like Clarence Thomas, Sam Alito, clearly John Roberts, whom we heard in passing Trump referred to during the State of the Union when he talked about voter ID, said, we got to do something, John. We can't let it happen. Who are you talking to? You're talking to John Roberts. But the lower courts are clearly pushing back. I think now this is where the acid test is going to reveal that there are people, regardless of their political affiliation, that are not going to allow this madman, this Majnun, to run over all the laws in the United States. I'm optimistic that this is just not going to.
Nah, that shit is crazy, bro. Like that nigga using laws and situations that no president ever used, bro. Hey, shout out to his lawyer, whoever looking that shit up, because we know he ain't. He ain't. Bro, you just make sure your dumb ass first. You too worried about what you gonna do, bitch. You better have enough people in there first. Man, that's over with, Trump. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. That shit is over with, bro. You should be planning to go sit down and retire, go fishing or something, bro. That shit is over. It's over. Your own people against you, bro. They trying to assassinate you and everything, nigga. They scared to tell you. They scared to check you, but they try to take you out. That's why they try to take you out. Because they don't want to check you. because they know that you run corporate America. And they know that if you say anything out of line, if they say anything out of line to you, it don't matter what school you went to, Yale or whatever, he got enough money to pay to where you won't get no job. Period. I can pay these people to not hire you. That's why they don't say nothing to him, bro. Yes. He can pull strings everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. When it's got something to do with corporate America, that's why no president should be a billionaire. For what? Man, a president is supposed to be a leader that stays, that know what's going on amongst the people because they lived out here, they around here. Nigga, I don't want to vote for no billionaire. I don't. Cause the way that he gonna think, every decision that he make is gonna be based off $1 million. Something I ain't never even seen, might not ever even have. That's the problem with America right now. Motherfuckers crazy, my nigga. You let $1 billion nigga make decisions for poor people. You think he gonna show us some? Man, come on, dog. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Why would he? For what? Like, come on, y'all, dog. Come on, man. That nigga need to be out of there, dog. Y'all know what's right. Y'all know what's fair. Y'all know what's real. Nigga, I just think he not gonna leave. He keep put, bro. This nigga keep saying that they cheated, 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 and he keep trying to embed the laws and rules so they cheated. If he feel like they cheated, he gonna be feeling like I ain't gotta go nowhere because y'all cheated me. I ain't going nowhere this time. Yeah, I know y'all done voted me out or whatever it may be, but I ain't going nowhere. Watch what I tell you. That nigga is running shit like he the king of the world or something. Not the world. Taking shit from people and robbing people and shit. Man, we ain't into that. Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga. Sit your ass to the side. Just sit to the side. Let these young people run this world. Boy, you about to be out of here in a few years. And when I say a few, I mean probably a couple. A lot of y'all people don't even know that Trump got a disease, nigga. They say that he's sick. And he won't tell nobody what it is. So he could be just lashing out. We don't know if it's Alzheimer's. We don't know if he forgetting shit. We don't know nothing. Man, get out the way, dog. We ain't trying to figure it out. You see what Joe Biden did? Let me pass this to her because I know my health is fucking up. But he ain't because I'm rich, man. They said that the nigga don't even read. He don't even read. Somebody always reads it to him or somebody always writes it for him. This man don't even read. How are you signing off on bills and you not reading it yourself? I guess, dog. I guess. I guess. How can you sign up? Man, they could have threw something in there that you didn't even, nigga. I guess. I guess, man. They gonna say I'm tripping. Nah, I'm not tripping, dog. I'm telling y'all, dog. Them people is crazy. They doing shit that they not supposed to do. Fool. Ain't no way that them people voted but Trump to go in there and try to take 60% of the African people gold. Ain't no way they voted to take that all away. That was a decision he made by himself. Fool. They didn't vote for that. They quiet his church house mouth. Name some new bills that passed then. Tell me, this how you know something is shaky about what's going on right now. Name some new bills that passed. Name some new bills. It's been a few passed. But name some new bills that nigga, what do you mean? The year just started, nigga. We supposed to be bill for bill, supposed to be shit popping out of there. Ain't nothing popping out of there. Because them people, they don't agree with each other, but they in agreement that they want this nigga out. Try to tell y'all that, bro. Listen, I'm from Austin, Texas. We got the capital down there, the capital city. Greg Abbott, we call him Wheelchair Greg. He's in a wheelchair. I knew something was wrong with him. They were supposed to vote on something serious. Now they came to work. Greg Abbott came to work, and he was the only one there. They didn't even come. Just imagine your boss coming to work, and all the workers ain't there. He the only one there. I knew something was wrong then. That remind you that Greg Abbott is Trump's boy. It's Trump's boy. They didn't trust that Greg Abbott was making the right decisions. So all them people strategized a meeting together that didn't come to work and chose to not come to work and fly to a whole nother state to talk to some important people to see if they was making the right decision because they didn't trust him. I said, dawg, what the fuck? So they didn't come, bro. Greg Abbott said if they wasn't at work in 2 days, that he was gonna send DPS after them. That's what he said. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. I say, oh, they bucking. They bucking. Look it up, dog. They bucking. I say it's something weird going on. Ever since then, the shit been in shambles. I swear. Ever since then, Charlie Kirk got shot. Trump got shot. Just a whole bunch of bullshit been happening ever since then, nigga. I'm telling you that. Hey, let these young people run this world, man. Let these young people run this world, bro. We unks now. Trump, you a grandpa. Great grandpa. You old enough to be a great grandpa, old ass nigga. Let these young people run this world, fool. That's the problem why it's fucked up. Because y'all old motherfuckers ain't adapting to the times. Y'all still think weed should be illegal. You see the votes for it on the Senate? It's 60 to 40. Bro, it normally be like 55 to 40. You know what I'm saying? Closer than that. Nigga, y'all getting blew out the water on all the new laws because this is a new world order, bro. Nobody ain't on stuck on that old shit no more, bro. Nobody ain't y'all get y'all old asses out of there. Stuck on them old time because it's definitely new laws and new rules that need to be embedded. Y'all stuck on that old shit, fool. Let these young people run this world, man. They gonna be here. They gonna be here. They the ones gotta be here, nigga. We about to take out, you know? So I don't understand why they be so wanna be so much in control so much, fool. You got caught up. We know what you're trying to do, fool. All this shit that you doing is like, dog, look at all the cartel members that got popped. Y'all don't think that's a coincidence? I'm talking about from different countries, nigga. Nigga, not just Mexico, nigga. Honduras. My nigga, listen, dog. Different countries, boy. All of a sudden, all these spitting out butts, all of a sudden. Bro, what he trying to make it do? Well, y'all can't say I didn't clean up the drugs. Or y'all can't say I didn't get us no oil. You can't say I didn't get the prices of growth. That's what he gonna try to say. Man, bro. Them people ain't forgot about Thanksgiving and shit like that, Trump. Where the $1,200 checks at, Trump? But whatever it is, 2000, whatever the fuck it was, man, that shit is not coming nowhere near. That's just some shit to try to pull you in. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. So for all the NFL players that hate Trump, what he gonna do? He go free Nate Newton, and a whole bunch of NFL players that's in the federal that was in federal lockup and regular lockup, bro. He go free him, bro. It's shit that he doing purposely, dog. Millions of people watch football, dog. Millions, all races, bro. That shit is not done out of the kindness of your heart. It's probably done because Jerry asked. You know what I'm saying? But remember, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. But nah, dog. I don't believe people like them have hearts, bro. They don't have hearts. They too rich, bro. They run shit. I believe that $1 billion people don't have feelings, bro. How you gonna get $1 billion if you have feelings? Motherfuckers don't got no damn feelings, fool.
Thanks very much for joining me. Let me say a few words about some of the lies and distortions that President Trump made last night in his State of the Union speech. And do not worry, unlike Trump, I'm not going to go on for an hour and 47 minutes. A lot shorter than that. Last night,
I like Bernie.
President Trump
Bernie
stated,
cool to me,
quote,
boo.
members of
For that nigga to be that old, he got the most energy when he talking. That nigga make you feel what he talking about. Like he's believable. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what his actions gonna be, but he's believable. When a nigga had that much action with his talking and shit, it's believable. When a mother be like, yeah, we're gonna help the blacks. Man, that shit ain't believable.
Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before, end quote. Well, I do have to admit that Trump got it half right. He and his billionaire friends are indeed richer than ever before. Since he has been president, as a result of an unprecedented level of kleptocracy, Trump's family is now $4 billion wealthier than before he was elected. Now,
You see that? You see that? You see. 4 billion. He earned $4 billion just from being the president. You wanna know why? Cutting back them taxes for the millionaires and shit, bro. They gonna run it up to the roof. While we gonna be poor scrambling and grambling. See how fast they run it up to the roof like that? They don't gotta spend no money. Nigga, they don't gotta spend nothing. Nigga, they taking all the money away from us, nigga. To pay for shit, nigga, that we don't got some imaginary shit, nigga. Why they just ain't no more. What they paying like $1 million? You pay like 300,000 out. Nah, none of that, nigga. They probably paying like 100. 100 on every million. Some crazy, ridiculous shit he made up of that. That nigga said that he was gonna sue the IRS. He even had thoughts of getting rid of it. Why would you want to get rid of the IRS, bro? You mentioned
the $400 million plane that he got as a gift from the royal family of Qatar. Further, the billion.
they gave this nigga a plane. Gave this nigga a plane. Multi-million-dollar plane. Gave it to him. Just gave him a plane, bro. Like, gave him a plane. We pulled in a bitch. Countries giving them planes and shit.
That class as a whole is doing unbelievably well under Trump. Since his election, billionaires have seen a $1.5 trillion increase in their wealth.
That shit
That
ridiculous.
is rather extraordinary.
That's ridiculous.
The result, we now have more.
It's like everybody who rich gonna come up. Everybody who rich, if you set that money in the bank, you gonna come up. You gonna come up. That shit crazy, bro.
Wealth inequality than at any time in the history of our nation. But while the richest people are doing extraordinarily well, surprise, surprise, here is what Trump did not talk about. Today in America, over 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck, with millions of Americans struggling to put food on the table, pay for housing, pay for health care, pay for child care, pay for education, and pay for the other basic necessities of life. 60% of our people living paycheck to paycheck. Trump just got to talk about that. In America today, over 20 million households are spending more than half of their limited incomes on housing, and nearly 800,000 are homeless. In America today,
800,000 people homeless? Bro, that's almost 1 million people, bro. Homeless? That's crazy.
20% of our seniors are trying to survive on less than $15,000 a year. Try doing that. Try surviving on $15,000 a year. And nearly half of older workers have nothing in retirement savings. In America today, hundreds of thousands of bright young people cannot afford to go to college, and over 40 million are struggling with outrageous levels of student debt. In America today, we have one of the highest rates of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. Now, if that is the booming economy, the greatest economy in the history of humanity, if that's what Trump is talking about, God help us. Further, on another issue, Trump said last night that he wants to, quote, stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant, end of quote, says Donald Trump. For a start, I do find it interesting that Trump talks about our sacred elections.
So I guess what Trump trying to say is he thinking that the essays is the reason why he didn't get in. That's why you think you thinking that. So I guess the legal immigrants is the reason why you didn't get your bro. You lost, bro. Dog, you did a lot of foul shit, bro. You lost. Then you sent them people into the Capitol purposely. Then you became the president. After they sent them to the feds, you became the president purposely imparting them. You sent them people up in there, bro. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You sent them people up in that Capitol, bro. And they got pardoned, bro. Like, they got pardoned, bro. You let us went up in that Capitol like that, doing some shit like that. We'd have seen where the pardon have been at. Bro, that man, listen, dog. You got Joe Biden, son, a motherfucking smoker, Joe. He's a smoker Joe, meaning a mess head. Ice baby. Yes. He's an ice head. Catch drug cases, get sent to the penitentiary. You pardon him. You pardon him too. You pardon him. Salute to y'all. Hey, you pardon him too, bro. He pardoned his own, bro. Listen, on them pardons, bro. This is just me. I don't feel like you should be able to pardon none of your kin people, your cousins, uncles, grandpas. I don't feel you should be able to do that, bro. I feel you should be able to pardon people, but not people that's in your family, bro. That's not fair. Who gonna pardon me when I call my drug charge, bitch, and I don't even use drugs, huh? That shit is sick. Like y'all ain't when I get to talking about this shit, people, dog, that is wrong as fuck, bro. That is not right, bro. That's not fair, bro. That's not fair. It's not. I know they say life ain't fair. My mama always told me this, but dog, that's not dog. I don't care what you say. And probably his son probably is somewhere getting high again. How much you want to bet? Because he had no consequences. How you gonna learn when he never had a consequence? You get what I'm saying? How you gonna learn and you didn't have no consequence though? Then you see when they lock these people up where they send them to like Epstein. Oh, it's on corners of the jail. What? That's defeating the purpose. Y'all protecting pedophiles. My nigga, when you go to jail, you got to deal. Everybody is the same. Ain't nobody different. Hey, why y'all ain't do Diddy like that? Diddy was on the yard the first day. Sebastian Telfair protected that nigga. The old basketball player they used to play in the NBA. Nigga, he was in the feds. He protected that nigga. You wanna know why Diddy could hit the yard? Cause he didn't snitch. And he didn't do nothing to no kids. So, like, all this bullshit that they got going on, like Trump. No motherfucking mugshot. No nothing. Y'all sent him to jail. You want us to believe that y'all took him to jail? My nigga, it shouldn't be no special treatment, bro. The same way that I can get unalived in that bitch, you should have to deal with that shit too. Couldn't have a corner spot in the jail the whole to your whole self, pot to yourself. Nah, nigga, get out here. Come out here and get you a tattoo or something. Truck. Come out here. They gonna wear your ass out there, boy. You just don't know, boy. See, this the thing. That was jail where they can protect you and move you to wings and shit. When you go to prison, nah, Trump. Especially not no federal. Hey, none of that, brother. It ain't gonna be none of that, sir. You get what I'm saying? They don't protect you. They just gonna throw you out there. It's crazy, man. I don't know, dog. I've been saying, dog.
This is the same man who, after the 2020 election, was caught on the phone pressuring Georgia's Secretary of State to, quote, find 11.
Remember, I told y'all. He said that he was pressuring the Georgia, what's the name, in 2020. Remember, I told y'all he took the ballots. He took all them boxes of ballots, dog, talking about that they gonna recount. Bro, that's two elections ago, bro. 2 elections ago, bro. You trying to check for what? Bro, you know what you gonna do? You gonna switch them ballots, bro. It's what you about to do, bro. It's what you're gonna switch them ballots, bro. It's what you gonna do, dog. You gonna switch them ballots, bro. And listen, this is what it's gonna cop, man. Listen, man, y'all heard this shit on Self-Made, man. Y'all didn't hear this shit nowhere, bro. Cause I had already said this shit about a month ago. If they find any discrepancies with them votes being messed up, bro, why would they want to vote right now? You get what I'm saying? So what that's gonna do? That's gonna give Trump a longer time in office. If it's anything messed up with them votes, they find one little bullshit ass thing, dog. Why would they make us vote now? It's some shit that they gonna be saying that they gotta fix and find and do some shit and investigate and all this sort of shit. And Trump just gonna be gonna be the standing president until they get it all strategized. Ain't no telling how long that shit gonna take. That's what I tell you. He ain't going nowhere. And it's gonna be based off of y'all cheated me. It's gonna be based off that, bro. Everything's gonna be based off y'all cheated me.
Votes, end quote, so he could overturn the result. I guess that election in Georgia was not too sacred. This is the same man who provoked a violent insurrection on January 6th, 2021, in order to overturn an election that he lost and to stay in power. And despite more than 60 court cases to the contrary, he continues to claim that he won the 2020 election and that it was stolen from him.
That nigga keeps saying that. That's why. What if Trump do got Alzheimer's or something? What if he do? You know how he's saying he's sick. What if he do got Alzheimer's or something, bro? What if Trump got Alzheimer's and he made them people pick up them boxes for nothing? But nothing. Cause he just losing his mind, bro.
This man who claims that our elections are sacred has still not said that he won't run for a third term, despite the fact that it is blatantly unconstitutional. The Constitution limits individuals to 2 terms. But here is the truth about our elections. Despite 154 million Americans in 50 states voting in the last election, election fraud in our country is extremely rare. Even the conservative pro-Trump Heritage Foundation's database of election crimes listed only 24 instances of non-citizens voting in U.S. elections from 2003 to 2023. Hundreds of millions of voters in a 21-year period. 24 instances of non-citizens voting. That is not exactly a crisis. But that big lie that millions and zillions of undocumented people are voting, that big lie is the foundation of the SAVE Act.
Man, I'll be back. I'm gonna come back with my other shit. I'm gonna come back.
Every American